We are about to embark on an immersive journey through the corridors of our minds. Stand by as we prepare for departure.
Welcome aboard, everyone, to the Productivity with Peace of Mind podcast adventure. Our journey will begin in just a moment. Inhale deeply and exhale. Our voyage takes us on a captivating tour, diving deep into the intricate layers of our thoughts and imagination. Brace yourselves for the complexities of our evolution. For a safe and enjoyable journey, stay seated. Secure your helmet and protective goggles, and keep hands, feet, and legs inside while the ride is moving. Now relax and enjoy.
What if I told you that the thing you love doing, like absolutely lose time doing, it's so much fun, it has, in your mind, zero productivity, really has no purpose, and you just feel like a kid again when you're doing it, and you feel alive and creative, and you're literally just playing while you do it. What if I told you that that thing is actually super productive? Hear me out. I used to think that rest and play was not productive. And I would start work early, I would work late, I would rarely take breaks, rarely take days off, and continuously and consistently run myself into the ground. When I learned to start playing and resting, and taking time for me that quote unquote had no purpose, I actually got a lot more of my focus back. And the quality of my work got so much better. Like I was able to solve problems that the running myself into the ground version of me literally could not solve. Spending hours on something and then being able to solve it in about 15 minutes after taking days off and truly resting. So anytime you feel stuck, you can stop and find something humorous or play or watch a funny video, play a game, do something goofy or go for a walk in nature and just find a way to play and see what that does when you come back to that problem. Like I really want this to be a question. I don't want to sit here and tell you this is how it is and this is how I'm experiencing it, which it is, but I want you to actually go out there, and when you feel stuck or when you feel frustrated, take a moment to play, to be silly, to have fun, to truly rest in an enjoyable way. And I'm not talking about checking social media and sitting and scrolling because that continues to work the brain and it's not, unless social media is like truly fun for you. But for a lot of people, it's a numbing tool. And I don't want you to go do that. I want you to do something that you truly love, that lights you up, that you think isn't productive. But then go back to your project or your task or the work you were doing and see, just see what happens after that. And a lot of times we look at fun as like this reward that we have to earn or like a distraction from what really matters. It's like, oh, if I'm not being super productive or I'm not doing something of very obvious and immediate value, then I shouldn't be doing it or I don't want to be doing it or it's a waste of our time. But I'm curious if we play with it and test it and see if we use it proactively as a tool, can we use fun to be more productive. And again, I've said this a lot, but productivity to me is not about just getting more done, right? Like it's not about cramming it out and just doing a bunch of things. It's about doing things intentionally, doing what's meaningful, doing what adds value to you, your business, the company that you work for, whatever it is you're working on. Productive to me, and I encourage you to consider productive for you to mean how am I increasing my value? And that doesn't mean more time, that means more value. So you could solve a problem in an hour or 15 minutes. What matters is that you solved the problem, right? So let me go back to when I first started to flirt with this idea of fun and play. I was at a yoga retreat up in the beautiful mountains in Dahlonega at the Mountaintop Lodge in Georgia. As we dug in and did this deep inner work on ourselves, something that came up for me was this constant seriousness in a way that was stressing me out, adding unnecessary extra pressure, causing more mistakes. And the challenge that was posed to me was to find an activity that I didn't consider productive. And I chose coloring books. I know that that was something that I had always liked when I was younger, and it's fun and they're pretty. And nowadays, where there are so many coloring books out there for adults with like really nice pens and markers and things like that. So when I started, there was all of this anxiety and like angst that built up inside of me, like a big growing bubble in my center, in my core. And I just felt like I shouldn't be doing this. I should be doing something else. But little by little, day by day, as I practiced fun as a tool, proactively, like not waiting until I've quote unquote earned it or am like so burnt out I don't have brain space for anything else, doing it proactively really set the tone for the day. And I was able to think more clearly, problem solve faster. My value that I was providing improved. And now I don't still color every single morning, but I do it quite a lot. And I will tell you, I have an extensive collection now of like amazing markers and colors and coloring pens, and they are just absolutely incredible. And I'm like so in love with them. So find what works for you. For me, I love to create beauty. I love color. And that's something I shied away from for a long time. I felt like I needed to do, you know, nothing childish and, you know, wear lots of neutral colors like beige and browns and blacks and grays. Now, I still love those colors. They are classic. They completely fill my wardrobe. But I've slowly but surely over time added more and more color to my life. And that is also how I play. Doing this type of activity allows your brain to take a break while still engaging in something that is stimulating in a way that's not overworking it. It can help reset our nervous system and that clarity that we're feeling. So, like if there's a storm of a million things going on, imagine there's just this dust storm and there's like dust everywhere and you cannot see. We have to wait until that dust settles to even see clearly, right? To even see what's, directly in front of you, much less what's a mile away or so. And so slowing down to play is allowing that dust to settle for us. Our nervous system relaxes and our mind becomes so much more clear. So, what if fun wasn't the opposite of work, but It could be fuel for our work to make our work better, more colorful, more exciting, and allow us the space just to be this fun, creative human being living their life who then comes in more relaxed with lower cortisol. That's our stress hormone. Our creativity turned all the way up, coming in excited to learn and problem solve and contribute in a way that's rewarding. Prevent burnout because you're having so much fun. I know it's not all going to be fun, but trust me, play makes it a lot more fun. And then just shifting from that reactive space to intentional, knowing when it's stressful or when there's a lot of challenges that we're facing, we can be empowered to step away and take intentional action to play and rest and truly give our nervous system a break to then be able to return and solve that problem, which feels really, really good and gives us those endorphin hits as well. So, what can you do to incorporate more play into your life and decide for yourself if fun is more productive or not? Maybe you schedule in breaks for play, just like you would schedule a meeting. Like maybe you have a 30-minute block on your calendar where you get to just go be a child again and play. And maybe you color like I did for my first experience with play. Maybe you work on a puzzle. Maybe you play a game. And if you're not sure, think about your childhood and like what brought you so much joy when you were doing it? Was it running around on the playground? Maybe you go to a park and sit on a swing and just close your eyes and revisit what that felt like as a child and to just swing back and forth and be free on the playground. Maybe you want to dance or take a walk. There's really no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever brings you the most joy. Because remember, we're calming down our nervous system. We're turning down that volume so that our brain can work better and that we can have a better time with whatever it is we're working on. And making rest and play purposeful, not as a reward or something we need to quote unquote earn, right? Like we said before, but as part of your operating system for success. And even while you're working, ask yourself what feels fun about it. Maybe there's something fun you didn't even realize. Or maybe there's ways you can make a task or a project a little bit more playful. I'm willing to bet you'd be surprised by your results. And I officially believe and know for myself that fun does not slow me down. It actually adds to the results that I get to provide and the value that I get to give in everything that I do. But now it's your turn. Now you get to go explore, play, have fun, find ways for more joy, and see what else that might fuel. See what other things might start to change or transform. And let me know. Let me know how that goes. And if you've been pushing and going and running and not stopping, not taking a break, running yourself into the ground, then stopping a moment to play might just be the most productive thing that you can do for yourself and for your work right now. So decide what yours will be. And you know what comes next. Add it to the calendar and see what changes. I can't wait to see how it unfolds for you.
Thank you for braving the inside of your mind with me. The better we understand ourselves, the more deeply we understand the world And as our awareness grows, life just gets better and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to leave a review and share this with anyone else you think could benefit from listening. A quick reminder that the content shared in this podcast is for informational purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, and the discussions here are not a substitute for professional advice. If you're dealing with a specific issue or need personalized guidance, please consult with a qualified professional. Your well-being is important, and this podcast is simply a platform for sharing insights and experiences. I appreciate you spending this time with me. Until next time.